What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Computex live version of Robeytech. We are here. I'm just going to make sure you guys can hear audio okay. It sounds good. What, guys? We are in full remote mode. Yeah, we're at the NZXT booth. How does it sound? I'm just looking. I know I'm looking off to the right, but that's where chat is. It's not that I don't love you. That's where chat is. You know what I'm saying? We hear you. Hey, bit low. Okay, I can turn it up. That's weird. It shows pretty high, but I'll turn it up a little bit more. How's that good? Sounds good. Audio good. Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to not let it peak then because it was a little hot there. How's that? He knows the audio is mono, right? That's better. Sorry, guys. Sound in left ear only. Okay. Let me see what I can do. I don't know if there's anything we're going to be able to do to fix that. Let me see what I can do. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do this. Okay, here we go. Now you should be getting it on both ears. How's that? Now you hit both? Better. Thank you. Everybody's just happy. Hey, it's like we're a tech. It's like a tech thing. And then you guys should be able to retweet. So it should be live and tagged onto. Okay, awesome. Welcome everybody to a special edition. We are here live in Taipei. In fact, Brian, let's give them a wrap around. Like, we are literally here in Taipei right now. You guys can be seen. It's totally fine. It's totally, yeah. We're here in Taipei. We are live in the Grand Hyatt. We're going to be giving you a tour of this actually later on, but we can actually walk around, show you all that stuff, and we're going to give you the full tour. In fact, rumor is we actually may have the CEO of NZXT jumping in to talk about the history, because it's been like, what? It's 30 years? 20 years. They've been around 20 years. They are, Brian is 1 year older than they are, right? Because you just turned 21 again for like the 10th time or something like that, the 12th time. But yeah, it's super good. It's super good to have you here. Today, we are going to be doing a build inside of the brand new NZXT H7 Flow. So this case just got announced. We're also going to be showing you the brand new F360 RGB core fans that we're going to be walking around. We got a brand new PSU. We got a brand new Dream. And then you guys have a Dream as well. Now, we are going to be giving this PC away live here today in about an hour and a half. Now, if you want to win it, here's the deal. We're not giving, sorry, to be clear, we're not giving this. We're giving an equivalent Player 2 system away, not necessarily this particular build. It may be in this case. The fact of the matter is somebody's going to walk away with an amazing PC that will look incredible thanks to the team here at NZXT and our live coverage here at Computex. Now, I also want to give a shout out to NZXT for one other thing. And Brian, if you could show behind you, their choice of snacks, pretty spot on. You know what I'm saying? I just got to say, I actually am a huge fan of what they have. So when the press and the folks come in here, this is actually what they're greeted with is Cheetos, and they have like jalapeno cheddar, all that sort of stuff. Twix, which is, I don't know, I'm an OG Twix guy, right? And then we also have so much more. The other thing too is, rumor is we're going to be giving away, and this might actually be more coveted than the actual PC itself. We're going to be giving away some Poochies as well. So we're going to be giving away 2 of these bad boys on the live stream as well. I looked over there like I was seeing myself, and I was like, no, that's just a really good video. So we're going to be giving away one of these bad boys as well. So somebody says we should give away the Cheetos. And I was like, I don't know if we'll do those. There's probably some import rules. I don't know. I kid you not. You guys know this. Like, we came into the airport, and they were like, if you bring in meat, it's 1 million NT. So I think if you steal their Cheetos, it's like 1 billion NT, right? So they're a national treasure here in Taipei. So look at this. So a couple things. Let's go ahead and zoom in here and let's get a little bit closer. We can take a look at this. So this is the H7 Flow. And so a couple things that you're noticing here. We're going to take off the glass here, but you're already seeing there is a pretty big design change from what we had before. Number one, you can see we actually have a recessed place to basically mount our fans, which is actually pretty awesome. Now, remember, the H6 Flow ended up being one of our best thermally designed cases. Of course, we actually haven't had a chance to do this. It's waiting on my doorstep, actually. I got the delivery like today. So when I get back to Seattle, of course, we'll do another build, put it through its thermal test. I mean, Kevin's over there, which he's never on camera. That would actually scare people. Not in a bad way. It would actually scare him. But he's ready to put it through its thermals and stuff like that. But you can actually see they've done a lot to kind of change the design. We have a nice place to mount your PSU. It's more sideways. You can actually see we've already done some pre-work here. It's more sideways, so it doesn't necessarily sit inside of the chassis so much. The other thing too is it does come with their new F360 core fans. So you can see these are single 4 fans. They have a single cable coming off of them. You guys will see those a little bit later when we mount this here. It also has nice places for putting in things. It's got that unique and iconic NZXT type cover that you've seen in all of their other cases. But it's aged like over the 20 years, like it's aged, all the other times, right? So it's cool to see that. And then the other thing too is that let's take a look at storage and stuff in the back, and you'll get to take a peek at their new C1200 Gold PSU, which we're going to be doing a deep dive video on later on this year. And then on the other side, it's like they build PCs every day for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. This is one of the things I love about when a pre-built company also builds PC cases, is that they have a ton of people to talk to on a consistent basis about, hey, what are the things that will make this better? So they as they test it through there and they get that feedback. So you've got nice deep channels for basically cases. You've got all white cables, right? Look at that. So you got all white cables. I'm looking to see if the so we still have a little bit of catcher mustard on the HD audio. We do have an integrated front panel, but still, I mean, the fact that it's all white is always amazing. And then look at all of these tie-down locations. So you've got tie-down locations here. You've got really great channels for all of those different for cabling and all that sort of stuff. And then again, this is where your PSU. And then now they've got like this these are that new C1200. We'll show you a little bit later when we walk through the actual booth. But look at that. It's actually a really great looking and sexy PSU, I gotta say. So, and then can we just give a shout out to just how awesome this is? I love tech in PCs, but I also love tech in video, and the fact that we're doing what we're doing and being able to roam around is actually really awesome. So you guys are gonna get the full in there PC building experience and all that sort of stuff. So I think what we gotta do now, because we only have an hour and 15 minutes, is we gotta start building. And at the same time, as you kind of see us build, there's gonna be a little bit of baking magic. So we have a whole team here. So as I walk through, you'll come back and you'll be like, how did he not only talk about all this stuff, but somehow magically was able to use his mind powers to build the PC at the same time? I'm telling you, it's not mind powers. I wish I could patent that and all that sort of stuff, but it's just basically, we have Kevin, who will be jumping in and doing the build while I'm here, while we walk through and show you all the cool stuff and give you that behind the scenes that is here live at Computex and all that sort of stuff. So literally stoked to have you guys all in here. Is there a vent mesh on the back plate? Yes, there actually is, for where you have those fans. It's like a partial, you know what I mean? It's also really good for those like LA Noir type photos where you're trying to look all stylish. You can double this. It's actually an added feature of the case. It's on the box actually. But yeah, no, you do have some ventilation here. You have additional ventilation on the top panel. I will tell you, nobody has yet to do ventilation through the tempered glass. We're still looking for those little holes. But this does come off as well, so we have our mounting for our AIO and all that sort of stuff. So we'll get the case all the way stripped and go from there. So yeah, I do have to say, I'd love to get your guys' feedback because we have NZXT right here, right now. What do you guys actually think about the design in general? Like, now that you've seen it and you've seen a ton of NZXT cases, thoughts? Do you think it's pretty? I know it's kind of naked right now, but overall, everybody is saying beautiful case. Everybody's saying it looks another pretty case. The H7 redesign looks hot. Okay, cool. So a lot of people, there you go, guys. Real-time feedback. We're done. I don't even need to build anymore. Like, they're just like, it looks amazing. NZXT did a good job. We're done. No, let's build. Let's have some fun here. And everybody says, I love the white. And they do have white. And we actually, I think there's a black one around here somewhere. I did see one. We'll show it when we get over to the booth. So we'll show you they've got a full black one ready to go as well. So, all right, so let's get this off. And it's time to do a little building time here. So parts list for today. Here's the build that we're actually going to be doing today. You know what? I'm a little worried. Oh, no, good. Okay, good. We're good. We're going to be using an Intel Core i9 14900, non-K actually. We're gonna be using an Intel Core i9 14900. The N7 Z790 white. Love this motherboard. It's gonna look so clean inside of the case. We have the Zotac Gaming Zotac Gaming 4080 Super. This is their Trinity OC. We have 1 terabyte of storage in here thanks to the team at T-Force. We're actually going to be throwing in 64 gigs because why not? So we're going to do 64 gigs of Delta DDR5. And then we have the F30 RGB core, AIO. And then we're using the Gold ATX3, the brand new C1200 Gold PSU, as well as their F360 RGB core fan. So that's everything that we're putting inside of the case and going from there. So let's go ahead and start the build process here and get it going. And then once we get kind of the motherboard in and stuff like that, then we'll give you guys a tour of the actual facilities here. And then go from there. And then we'll actually later on, we'll have the CEO joining us and then walking us through like the history of NZXT and all that sort of stuff. So it's actually going to be a very fully packed show. Yeah, it's a good, you know, that's what we do. We always have good build plan, guys. You know what I mean? We don't like to like just rest on our laurels, you know. We always like to have good builds. So again, one of the things I really love here is their cases. They do these in partnership with the team at ASRock, so it's got that beautiful design and all of the coverage there. You know, you guys have seen this many, many times before. And they've got those magnetic plates for the M.2s and stuff like that. Should make it for a very, very clean look inside of the new H7 Flow, which I think is going to end up being pretty awesome. And then somebody's asking, like, in terms of building, you guys just reach out to us. Head over to robeytech.com. You can click on that link and you can just ask more questions about the building stuff and all that sort of stuff if you want to have me build your PC. It's not something we do very often, but it is something we still provide. I think the only thing I'm going to need is a couple M.2 screws, just in case. There they are. I think everything else in here we're not actually going to need. And then I'll put this off to the side down here. There we go. There's our little extras. Okay, here we go. Time to do some socketing, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, I have my, and this has been around, guys. I've had this for so long. So this comes with your old does the new PSUs come with this too? Yeah, I love this thing. It's also good for all your travel accessories. So this has been like my travel bag. So it was really funny. I was at Be Quiet yesterday. They're like, get this out of here. I'm like, no, it's really good. So leave me alone. Okay, here we go. Let's get in here and let's get our thing open, our beautiful matching knife here. Okay. And I think we actually, I believe we have, or Thomas made specs for this. We have a parts list for this, right, Blondie? I believe so. Can you confirm? I'm hoping so. So that we're not going to go to the parts list all the time. Okay, I've never actually opened one of their new ones, and I'm hoping it's not the trickery one where you have to like take the whole thing out. So apparently Intel's like, you can't get this CPU out. It's not allowed. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to rip it. They made that too hard. It was too, I don't want to be here the whole, like, Robey, how was the live stream? It was great. I never got the CPU out of the box. But we literally talked about the case the entire time. So there we go. There we go, just like that. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down. Okay, there we go. So let's get this socketed in here. Get a nice zoom in there, guys. You guys are getting like the close-up treatment there. There we go, 14900 installed. There we go. Okay, now let's grab our RAM. Should end up being beautiful. I am not too tired to deal with this, Igor. That is not true. I had a good time, and any time that I get to build PCs, it's like it's like Superman in the sun, you know what I mean? Like I'm just basking in the glory of new hardware. Nobody's too tired when you love PC building as much as I do and getting to touch all the new toys. So I'm okay, but thank you for caring so much about my well-being, guys. I do not recommend working and living off of 2 hours of sleep at a time. Definitely not the healthiest thing, but you know, I'm always glad to be here. Yeah, let's get those likes up on YouTube, guys. Remember, 250 likes, we'll do an additional giveaway. And let's see there, let's do what we can do. Let's see if we can get to 150 quickly. As soon as we get to 150, we'll give away a Poochie, right? And then make sure that you guys are, you know, you share how much you love that stuff over at Twitter on NZXT. Just be like, just give them a shout out for their ID design and stuff like that. People like that. Yeah. We are giving away the PC too, guys. Don't forget, we're going to be giving that away later on as well. So if you want to get in on that, giveaway, just make sure that you stay tuned. We're going to be giving away a Player 2 PC today. Now it won't be this exact one. It may be this exact one. We don't actually know. We'll have to find out. Yeah. Yeah. Hey Riddick, thanks for the 10 gifted subs. Appreciate you, my man. You're trying to give me the energy to get through. Okay, here we go, guys. RAM click time. Oh, sounds good. Oh, it's so beautiful. There you go. Oh, again, another good one. I mean, yeah, I think somebody just passed out because it just sounded so good. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like you need solid RAM clicks, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. I can't handle this kind of like, you know, just pure joy this early in the morning, okay? I can't deal with that. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in our M.2 here, and then we will be good to go, and our motherboard will be ready. We actually also, Kevin prepared me already with our bracket stuff, so we're gonna get that ready for our AIO installation as well. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I didn't bring the decibel meter. You know, there's only so much. We had 7 Pelicans already. You know, if we would have had to bring the decibel meter in its own Pelican, that's just a little much. You know what I mean? It's like the airline. Everybody already looks at us funny with all of our gear walking all over Type A. But you know, we do this for you guys. It's really why we're doing it, is so you guys can see all the latest and greatest stuff live here on the show, guys. So yeah. I needed to change my pants. Oh, yes. This one I didn't have to change my pants, but thanks for bringing that up again. You know, that's something I try not to remember every time, Igor. That you know, that was very embarrassing. You know what I mean? How are we doing on likes on YouTube? Looks like we're at 52, guys. Remember, if we get to 150, we'll give away a Poochie, and then that's just going in there. No, this isn't an X570 board. This is actually a Z790. We're doing an Intel build. Need life is the best life. I don't even know what that means. Does anybody, is that like a proverb, or going from there? I don't even know what to do with that. Okay, so we go, our 1 terabyte going in, and then we have to find our world's tiniest screw, like we always do, and then not lose it. That's always the other fun part. Oh, you know, actually we don't need to. Actually, we don't need to, because I forgot this is actually included with this, with the channel here on this one. So I just grabbed it for no reason. Now that NZXT's judging me. All of their SI builders right now are like, noob. Okay, I did the right, I on muscle memory did the right thing. I put the screws in the screw holder. I was like, where did I put the screws? Well, where they belong. You know what I mean? So even in my depreciated state, I was still able to do the right thing here with the screws. So let's get this screwed in and go from there. Hey, Najia, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Appreciate it, guys. Welcome, everybody. Remember, if you do want to get extra entries towards winning the PC, you can drop your Amazon Prime sub. That is going to get you extra entries toward winning. And then as a precursor, you do need to be a member of discord.gg/Robeytech. Not because we want you to, I mean, we love you, we're glad, but this is how we make sure bots don't win PCs and all that sort of stuff. So if you do need to be a member of discord.gg/Robeytech, and you also have to Be following on Twitch and following on YouTube, guys. So that's also really important. This one, because this one is US only. Unfortunately, guys, this one is going to be US only because it's being gifted through NZXT. So, and I've had this conversation before. Shipping, if you tried, like we've had an international winner, go and find out what it takes to ship to overseas, and you can find out how expensive it is. That's a lot of times why we have to keep certain things worldwide. But we did do a worldwide one yesterday, so you know, we can't win them all, guys. But huge shout out to the NZXT team for hooking us up and allowing us to do this giveaway, so you guys get to tune in and enjoy some of the Computex magic yourself. You don't have to fly all the way to Taipei. Though, actually, Brian, this is your first time in Taipei, right? You got to say, this is an amazing city. It's like, it's incredible. Like, I just got to tell you, like, I've had like probably the best ramen I've ever had. This is the home of Din Tai Fung. It's also just a beautiful city, incredible people. They're so nice, and it's so clean. Like everybody is just, I mean, they're polite. Like, it's literally just an incredible place. Plus, just beautiful, going up to the top of Taipei 101 and all that sort of stuff. So if you ever get a chance to come out here, the people are worth it just to come and visit. But there's so much to do, hiking, all that sort of stuff. I probably would avoid it in August because it's hot, and then it's also, I think it's under the ocean at the same time because it feels like it's just 100% humidity, but very, very beautiful city if you've ever been here. This is my second time, but this time I actually got a chance to kind of look around and visit and stuff like that. So, okay, so now we're getting this in, and then guys, after this, we'll be back on the H7 and showing you guys the brand new case. If I can get this in the hole here. You're gonna go in there. This is my test. It's a testament here to my resolve. Okay, there you go. I did it. I got a screw in. I think that's like PC building 101, right, guys? Yeah. Okay. There we go. There we go. Getting this one in now, and then we have our motherboard in. And guys, this is gonna look so clean inside of the new H7 Flow, just because of the fact that they cover the whole thing. It's like they want their PCs to look good on screen all the time. Like anytime you take a picture, it just always looks good. So yeah, this is gonna look beautiful. NZXT killed the aesthetics with fans and cases this year. There we go. They always like to hear, they always like to see and get that kind of feedback, guys. So thanks for sharing and telling them and all that sort of stuff too. Simply beautiful. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the build and everything else we're showing today. You guys are going to get to see the whole thing. Well, sort of. We'll have a little behind the scenes PC building magic. But yeah, we have a lot to show you even outside of that. We are going to have at least 20 minutes of this stream will just be Robey eating Twix on stream and some Cheetos. So that'll be happening too. Okay, there we go. Everything is ready. Last thing we're going to do, does it have thermal paste on it already? Okay, so we're good. So we're not going to apply thermal paste. We're good there. And now we're just going to move to the next evolution, ladies and gentlemen, and that is called getting this inside of the case. You guys enjoying this? Let me know. Do you guys like it when we do these sort of things live and places like Computex and all that sort of stuff, getting to see the cases, getting to be able to tune in, check them out, all that sort of stuff? Do you guys love it? Okay, people are loving it. Robey snack, heck yeah. Twix, you want a Thai Twix review? I'm not in Thailand, guys. I don't understand. Like it's not. I mean, I'd have to go. Like maybe another thing. Maybe we'll have like a span. NZXT is like case debut in Thailand, and then maybe we'll add that in there. But right now, I'm in Taiwan. I want to see. Everybody's like, I want to see the spatula, guys. We're doing it the NZXT way today, guys. I can only do so much stuff. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. We have a lot of stuff here, including an open knife. That's a bad idea when Robey's around. So we'll close that up and then go from here. Okay, guys, here we go. So here, if you haven't seen it, you're just joining us. I know a lot of people have joined since then. This is the brand new case. It is kind of naked right now. If you don't know what naked means, you got to talk to your parents. We're not having that discussion. This is a family-friendly show. But point is, we've already kind of stripped it down and gotten it ready for building and stuff. So the only thing we got here is, pull this through here. Okay, what I'm doing, I literally have a camera person here, is I'm pulling the cable through. There we go. So you guys get to see everything this time. Okay, so there we go. We got everything lined up. Let's go ahead and get it down, and let's get our motherboard installed, and then go from there. It is actually very light, but it's just, guys, are you ready? Because this is gonna look so good when we just set it inside. I mean, it's like it's made for this. You just kind of slot it in, just like that, push it off to the side, and then boom, look at that. I mean, it looks so good here. In terms of, yeah, isn't it? I mean, that's just so clean, right? Especially when you get like the matching parts. So let's grab our screws, and then we'll get this installed. Yeah, and they have, I mean, that's a good thing is like with having this, I mean, this is kind of like, you do have places for like a screen and mods and stuff like that down here. So if you wanted to do something like that, you absolutely could do that as well. Okay, I'm just gonna try and find the motherboard screws. There they are. Yep. And one thing that I do appreciate, like, and it seems to be getting bigger and bigger, I think they've been watching me do a lot more builds, is look at all the zip ties it comes with. I mean, we still need about 70 more than this for my cable management, but I mean, again, it's a good thing for me. You used to get like 3 or 4, so now you get like a much higher amount on a pretty consistent basis, which is nice. Okay, there we go, guys. Awesome. Okay, so let's get our motherboard in here. Boom. I like it when a good plan comes together. Oh, man. Feels good. I do like, these are nice flathead screws, so they're going to be a little bit more aesthetically different than what you're probably used to, so you don't have as high of a bump on these as you might see on other ones. I know a lot of people don't probably pay attention to the motherboard screws they put in there, but these ones are like, we'll just give you a little bit of a closer view here, but you can see typically you're used to like the bump with the loop. I mean, the bump with the little rim. These ones are actually a little bit flatter. Very easy. The other thing too is that they seem like they have a strong tooling, so your odds of stripping are much lower, at least based on just a little bit of torque stuff that I'm doing here right now. So I like that because it just means they grip a little bit easier with your screwdriver. It's little quality of life things like this that always make things a little bit better. There we go. Okay, we got 2 more to get in here. guys? Okay, hold on. You can hear audio. Sorry, one sec, guys. And no, I wasn't snacking. There we go. It's called don't forget to not have your battery plugged in. Sorry. Okay, so we're back. So we have everything going in there. It wasn't because I wanted to go steal Twix, okay? It's just all it was. We're back. We're good. Everything's good. We got batteries on batteries on batteries, so we're good to go here. Okay. You know, you got to have at least one technical problem. So, and if this is the worst thing that happens, we're in good shape. Okay, so we've got all of our screws in here. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and get everything. Let's get our cables done real quick. So we're just going to hook up our front panel cables. Ugh. See that process. Now one of the things that you guys are already kind of mentioned, one of the things I actually really like about this build is that all of our cables, look, they match. I mean, you'd think if you're going to do a white build, you're going to give us white cables, and I'm assuming the black ones are black, right? They're shaking their heads because that would be kind of weird. I'm like, oh, look at all this good thing I've given them credit for, and then in the end it wasn't even there. But yeah, they do match. So let's go and route them real quick, and then we'll go from there. So okay, so here we go, first one, and then we're kind of working around the PSU, which is a little bit different, but it's fine. So we're going to route our HD audio right here. We're going to take our USB-C. Going to route that right here. We got that good to go. Oh, actually, no, they have the side one. That's right. I always love this about the NZXT one. So here, you can check it right there. You see the little gap? Here you go. Watch this, guys. And the other thing, too, is there's actually enough room here. So if you use one of their NZXT motherboards, it actually is easy to plug in. There's a couple of them that are a little bit harder, but that's actually very easy to plug in, which is nice. Okay, so we've got that. We do have our USB-C now. Sorry, that was USB 3.2. This is going to go right up here. And then let's see what else we got here. We have, I mean, this always makes Damien happy, which if you guys don't know, Damien's our writer. Look at this, integrated front panel connector, which is always awesome. It always makes him really happy. He starts singing like Hallelujah and all that sort of stuff. So we got that. So there's our front panel connector there. And then we have, these are the new stuff. So we're actually going to use one of these. So these actually come with the F360 cores, the RGB cores. So it has two cables. One is your fan hub, and then you also see that you can chain these together. We're actually going to use the hub part of this, so we're going to plug everything into that. So this is going to be a little bit different, and so we'll be plugging that in later. And we'll show you guys when that's all hooked up. But there's not a lot of front panel cables to actually hook in here, so we'll go ahead and start that process here. So starting with our front panel header, that's going to go right over here. Perfect. And that goes right there. And then we have our HD audio, which is really awesome. That's going to go right there. And then we have our USB-C. There's a 50-50 chance I did this right. Nope, I did it wrong. Like it always happens. This is why I don't gamble, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. So there's all of it. So then again, front panels are all plugged in. You can see right there. Look at how clean that looks, right? It already looks very, very clean. Now, because we already have our PSU stuff kind of hooked up, what I'm going to go ahead and do here real quick, I'm going to go ahead and route our front, some of these too. By the way, look at that. I mean, all in all, like this is on their PSU, this is on their new C1200 Gold. Even the connectors, I mean, these are nice cablings. And this is the good thing is look at the malleability on that. So that's gonna be really nice for plugging in your 40 series GPUs or future 50 series or whatever else, which is actually really cool. So I do like that. And the fact that this doesn't go all the way to the edge is actually really nice. Good job, guys. You know, I'm learning all this stuff new. Okay, so let's pull out our, there we go. There we go. Okay, so here's our big 24 pin. Okay, we're gonna bring it up a little bit higher. Okay, rotate it around, and then we'll try and make this look as pretty as we can here. There we go. There, that's good. Perfect. And then the other one that we're gonna grab here is the EPS cable, which again, we have routings for all these things, so we'll worry about all that here in a minute. Actually, I'll let Kevin will deal with that. He will make it look pretty, but we'll actually have Kevin deal with that too. So that goes in right here. Have that come down right here, flip around. And again, the one thing I really like about this PSU is that even on their cables, you have a lot of malleability. So it makes it really easy to route those, you know what I mean? So that actually looks really, really nice there. So we got all that plugged in. And then all we have left is a couple things for our standard cables later on. So all in all, we're actually in really good shape here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and install our AIO, which we have ready to go right over here. So this is, like I said, this is your Kraken Elite 360 RGB, but this one we've installed these beautiful RGB Core F360 fans. So we're actually using those fans on here. There is a new version of this. They're saying at some point in time they'll actually include these fans, but we switched them over so we're gonna have all the same fans. Again, minimizing the amount of cables we're gonna have to work with and all that sort of stuff. And then we've got everything kind of ready to go here. We're gonna do our hoses towards the back here. But you're seeing the one thing that's really nice about the H7, and it's been one of those things I've loved about this particular ID design for a ton of years, is just how much working room you have to kind of work in the case. It doesn't feel like you have to struggle in terms of just being able to get around. NZXT's done a really good job of just making it easy to kind of just get things done. You know what I mean? So like every single part of this is kind of really straightforward. So I'm gonna grab our cabling here. And then the only two we'll do after this is we'll go and install those bottom fans and then go from there. Which is always, oops, those are open. So let's not just drop that stuff. Okay. Okay, so let's get a couple screws here real quick. I'm just gonna get some, over here I'm working on screws with things from there. How we doing likes on YouTube, guys? Because remember, if we get to 150, the first 150 we'll give away a Poochie. And I know you guys are really excited about that. 95, guys. Go ahead and head over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live. Hit the thumbs up on that. There you guys are seeing the whole build and all the stuff we're going to mount here in a minute. Okay, so we got enough there to finish that out. Okay, so let's grab this. Grab a couple screws and then we'll do the rest. Pretty straightforward over here. I did not bring the WOW stick with me to Taipei. I'd be worried that they'd confiscate it because it's too awesome. Okay, so they actually, up here at the top, this is really cool, check this out. They actually have a top cable route for your AIO. So in terms of, you don't even have to worry about the grommets, it's hidden completely. It's in like a really nice position here. So pull that through, which is actually really cool. And then boom, just like that. I'm ready to kind of install my AIO, and it's just positioned really well. And it looks like you actually have a couple places that you could actually put this through if you wanted to. We're gonna put it more towards the front just to give it the most clearance, which is nice. There we go, right there. We got one more. Right there. And then we'll be good right there. So that'll get it kind of mounted. So there we got it installed. So let's put in our other screws real quick, and then we'll be good to mount it onto the AIO. And then once we get the fans installed, once we get those F360 RGB Core fans installed at the bottom, what we'll do is then we'll go and we'll switch to giving you guys a tour around the booth, and then we'll do a little cooking magic, and the build will just finish itself on its own, though it still has a lot that's kind of I've already done. I've kind of handed you a mostly finished build PC there, Kevin, which should be good. Yeah, Raxus, what do you mean by that question? Yeah, the triple fan modules are cool. I mean, it's a really neat way of still limiting fans. Again, it looks like you'll see them here a little bit later. We're going to show you they have a 360, a 280, and a 240 version. So it comes in a nice thin kit. You know, in terms of, we'll test it in terms of performance and all that stuff anyway, but I'm assuming it's gonna, I mean, these will be stuff that you'll sell with your NZXT pre-built PCs, right? Which we've tested a number of times here on the channel. So you guys should absolutely be able to enjoy that too. No, not that Kevin. No, that Kevin did a terrible job at cable management. Actually, our Kevin was sleeping while that Kevin was doing it. Guys, that was That was like, I was gonna have a heart attack with how bad the cable management was on that PC. I just had to sit back and breathe. So it is what it is. That is correct, Araxis. Yes, it's 3 fans connected as one with a single set of cables. And you can either use the hub if you want to, or you don't have to. You have either option. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. Cable management is the future. You know what I mean, GT Bucherman? It's really what people are doing. I mean, BTF was just really them saying, we can't cable manage at Robey's level, so let's just make it easier. What's up, Martin? How are you, man? It's good to see you. Welcome, everybody, all the new viewers. Over 1,000+ people here already right now, which is awesome. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Oh, cable manglement. That is not a thing. We're not going to start that being a thing. We're going to leave that alone. That is. Can we just ban him? Just kidding. No, ban him. He's pretty cool. Yeah, it was. My left eye was twitching when I was doing that, watching that whole fiasco. I appreciate it though, because it was still cool to get to do and see their HQ and all that stuff here. So I did appreciate the experience. Okay, guys. So based on what you've seen so far, what are you guys thinking of the H7 Flow? It looks like the build process, I have to say, just truthfully, and I mean, this is the thing, is I've built in a lot of cases. I'm just here doing it, and it's been a pretty straightforward experience, right? The other thing, too, is like looking even at the amount of cableways I have in the back, the cable management portion of this is going to be pretty straightforward for Mr. Kevin when he gets to it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mount our AIO. Looks pretty. Somebody says looks pretty simple. Not gonna lie. That's what us PC DIY people want to hear. Like some people are like, it needs to stay complicated. No, we want everybody to enjoy PC building, guys. So I love hearing that when people say it looks simple. Like I feel like I could do that. That's what you want to see. Gizmo, thank you very much for the sub. Looks like a hype train's going, guy. Remember, guys, if we get to level 5, we'll give away another $25 gift card. And I forgot to install this real quick. So we get this installed. This is like all of our cabling. The H7 Elite is a great case. I mean, come on, that thing was beautiful. And the H9, I mean, that is probably still. I think I had that video is at like 400 and something thousand. People love the NZXT H9, and we got that. We did that slow-mo shot with it with the with your ring fans, and people. It just looked so good. I mean, I think Michael Bay and basically a lot of cinematic guys learned from that video. I'm not gonna lie. So, Kevin, do we know where the mounting screw, the big screws are for this? Okay, he's gonna get that real quick. Okay, here we go. I am gonna remember to take off the plastic. They make this a little bit easier. It's you know, you can't really get it on. You can't get the AIO on if you don't take it off, which is actually pretty nice. Okay, there we go.
There's a question from the chat.
Yes.
When is NZXT planning on bringing this case to the pre-build lineup?
I don't think we have an answer to that yet. Yeah, that's one of those things that we don't have an actual answer to yet. I do that just based on the briefing stuff that they get in there. It's not to say that they don't. We just don't. They don't have a window at this point in time. And I think that's correct, right, Brian? Yeah. Luckily, we have a whole room full of NZXT people who are like, "Please you better make our case look good, or you're not getting any snacks afterwards, Robey." So I've got a group of people checking this out. Guys, what are you thinking of? Can we give a shout out to Brian and his camera work, by the way? You guys are getting all this like close-in shots and all that sort of stuff, which is awesome. You guys are seeing the full build here. And then the last thing we'll want to do after this is we'll install these bottom F-core fans. Just because I want to get the full experience of showing how that installation goes. There we go, that one's in. Now this isn't like our normal show where we'll then go in and do benching and all that sort of stuff. That'll all be for when we actually have it in the studio back in Seattle. So, but we'll get you guys, we're giving you guys the build experience today is really the part that we're focusing on. And I really appreciate the, now it just continues to climb. All of the folks who are here and joining us and being part of the whole experience here. Everybody says, Brian, you're the man. We're not benching, guys. No, this is like, a lot of these are pre-samples and all that sort of stuff. You have to understand, it's really cool for companies to give us access so you guys can see these things, but they have to go through a lot of testing, and that's why you see stuff like it'll be available in the pre-built market when it's ready, right? Like these are all things that they have to do to make sure that it's in really, really good shape before it ends up in the hands of customers, etc., right? And that means that they want it to be perfect when it gets to you. That's super important. All right, let's go and route this one set of cables to the back here. I will say, you know, one of the things that's always a good sign or a good indication of good case design is when you go in there and you're not looking, and then there happens to be a hole right where you think it should route. It's like the feng shui of PC building, you know what I mean? It's like when you go to a kitchen and you're like trying to find the forks, and you're like, it should be in this drawer. It's kind of the same with PC building where you're like, oh yeah, this is where this should route, and then you're like always super happy when it does route to that location. Well, I got a cable, I think, stuck here. There we go, yeah. Okay, so we got all those routed. Okay, cool. So last thing we're gonna do, and we're gonna debut their product here, is that, like I said, their new F360 core. So we're gonna show you the opening of this and give you the unboxing experience. So here's what it looks like. You open it up. It's got this pretty plastic around it. And inside of that, it actually has all of the different cables. So the cool thing is that it comes with 2 different sets, right? So you have the set that you can use if you don't want to use their hub. And then of course you also have the option for basically using their hub as well. So this is to make it so you can just not have to use the hub if you don't want to. So we're gonna throw that down. And it also comes with instructions. I want to, if anybody has read these, I want to see a raise of hands. I mean, it's like, it's awesome and it's always come, but I want to know, has anybody read this? Do we have anybody readers who've read this? Like you're using your morning bathroom break and you're like, I'm out to read an F1 and F360 RGB core manual. Anybody? Nobody? We got no takers, guys. Sorry, but we still appreciate your technical writers. Nope. Okay, that's a challenge. I want a number of you to do it, and then go and tell the technical writers via NZXT, at NZXT at Twitter, be like, my favorite paragraph was that moment when you opened up about safety. Oh, broke my heart, you know? Okay, cool, so we got that out. Okay, I have my screws out, I believe, already. So what we're gonna do now, did I take the stuff out? Like, did I literally just box this up? Yeah, I hear stuff. I feel like I just left stuff in here. Oh, no, I didn't. Just the instructions. And it's nothing against you technical writers. We do love you. But I don't need them right now. I promise I'm going to read it when I get it back. I don't want anybody to feel left out. Okay, cool. So let's flip this over, which I think is going to be the only way. So I don't see, it looks like it's just got mounting things. There's no way to remove it. Luckily, it's not too heavy. So we're just going to flip it over. Cool. And then we're going to want to do these as intake to just make sure that they get maximum airflow here for our GPU. And then the routing for this. Okay, so so again, makes it really easy. It's nice. So again, the one thing that's actually really nice about this is check this out. Look how much room they've given you at the bottom. So there's plenty of ability to get air to the fans. And then again, all you have to do and worry about is actually only 4 fan mounts, which is actually really nice. So that makes it really easy as well. And then they do have plenty of spots like you can see down here. We'll jump it down there, but you can actually see they have a pretty big area to be able to route them to, depending on how you insert them at the same time. So yeah, which actually makes it really easy, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, so we're just going to untwisty tie this. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this up for intake. So we're basically going to be sucking air in and then feeding it directly to the the GPU. There we go. Grab our cable here. And I mean, this is the one thing that's actually really nice, is because it's actually just 4 cables. And again, you do not have to use something like this. They have put holes for pretty much everything. There we go. Nice rubber connectors there to keep it from vibrating and making sound. This is where you get really talented, is we can do the one-handed screw installs and stuff like this. There we go. Thank you very much for all of you guys for doing and getting the hype train. How are we doing likes on YouTube, guys? We want to basically get that, we want to give that first one away. Remember, 150, let's make it happen. We want to give away Poochie. And then at 250, we'll give away a second Poochie. Let's do it, guys. There are 1,000 of you here right now. Plenty of people to make this happen. There we go. Okay, so there's all of our fans and everything all done. And so what you guys have, I'm going to go ahead and just do the last thing, which is insert the GPU. And then what we'll do is we'll stop, and then we'll go ahead and walk through, and then we'll take a look at the rest of the booth here. But then you guys will be able to get a good idea of what it looks like, and then we'll have Kevin finish the hard part. He'll make it all look pretty and all that sort of stuff. And we're right on time, guys, coming up on just at an hour, which is always a good, it's good when a plan comes together, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Yeah, guys, just head on over, like it. We'll give away a Poochie, and then remember, the build itself is still up for grabs as well. And by the way, Laosi Soy, that is hard to say. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Thank you very much for Pookie. Is it Pookie? Have I been saying that right? No, it's Poochie, right? I have been saying it right. I was like, wait, I said it right. They would yell at me. I would probably be beat if I had said it wrong that many times. Yes, it's Poochie. Thank you. No, it's not Pookie. So Pookie is your best friend, potentially your very close friend. I mean, I don't want to judge, but this one is Poochie, not Pookie. So, yes, confirmed. I literally have, guys, there's a whole group of NZXT people here. They're confirming it's Poochie. People are like arguing with me. I'm like, they're the experts. They're right there. And it's not Pucky either. It's not Bookie. Now, we're not renaming it, guys. Are you our Pookie? Okay, now this is getting creepy. You did get me some screw cap. Yes, thank you for the sub, man. How we doing likes on YouTube, guys? Let's get it done. Show them we love them. Okay, here we go. I love white GPUs, and Zotack's always been a huge friend of the channel. And this one, we actually did a whole stream just dedicated to showing this off. It also comes with an integrated SAG bracket. We don't know if we'll put that in there. We'll let Kevin make the calls. He's working on that. But here we go, guys. I mean, to make a build look good, when you get a white GPU to go with it, that is always a good thing. And then again, I will say, it's almost like they match your their ID design plus your guys' a lot of your core fan stuff. It's gonna look pretty good. It's gonna look nice and sick in there. That's all I'm saying. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do our peel here. Yeah, it is a beauty. We love a whole thing, and that's the thing is like, think of it as like oh, cool. Okay, so we're at 150. Okay, we got the likes, guys. So we've unlocked one Poochie giveaway. We'll do that giveaway in just a second, right before we go to the big tour. But guys, we need another 100 to unlock the second one. Let's do it. They're not just giving them away. You got to work for Poochie. Not Pookie. Work for Poochie, guys. Okay, that was like 3 hours of peeling. Though it was very appealing. Okay, there we go. Think we're good? Awesome. That's going to look really good in there. It's like, you know, it's funny. It's NZXT planned the build. It's like they know what goes well in their case. It's like, oh, hey, we know a thing or two, Robey. Okay, cool. And then again, I am going to give a huge shout out to Brian and Andy for hooking us up and coordinating all this stuff and allowing us to come out here and show this off. Then, of course, to the rest of the NZXT team, as always. You know, I always say this. It always takes a team. Even though it looks like it's just me and Brian up here, there's actually a pretty large group of people who make things like this happening, to coordinating, getting parts here and all that sort of stuff. So, again, huge shout out to them for making this happen so you guys can be entertained and just enjoy and get to see all of the things behind the scenes. I know in a lot of ways, one of the things that's been really cool about doing Robeytech stuff is that because we've got such a large live streaming audience, this has been a new thing for a lot of companies to allow us to come in here and show their stuff live and take over a big part of their, their real estate, so we can go in there and actually do something super cool like this. So can we just do a GG to NZXT? Let's do some GGs in the chat, guys, and all that sort of stuff. Araxis wanted to let you guys know it is actually pronounced Poochie. He wanted to confirm that he looked it up. Thank you, Araxis. In case you had any concerns, NZXT. Okay, there we go, guys. Okay, so we're just going to throw this in here. Oh, that is going to look so good. I mean, this build is looking super sick, guys. Once this gets all lit up with everything else, this is going to look super clean. So you guys get to see the full meal deal here. You know what, Kevin, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm even going to give you a solid. I'm going to go ahead and hook up and put the power to the GPU for you. Just because it's the kind of nice guy I am. He's like, yeah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. So there we go, guys. There is pretty much the build. Let's go ahead and run that one cable. And then afterwards, we're going to go ahead and then we'll go ahead and take a look here at the full thing. We're going to route that right there. Again, it's nice to have everything you need. Look at that, and it just comes right up and right in there. And that's that. Again, this is their new PSU, so a beautiful white cable that matches nice and cleanly there, which looks really good. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick. Actually, never mind. We're going to do our Poochie giveaway really quick. And we're going to take a quick, like 2-3 minute break as we get set up for basically walking through and all that sort of stuff. And then we'll come back and then we'll give you guys a tour while Kevin quickly cuts the rest of this together, and then we'll also be showing you guys a little bit about the history of NZXT, because it is they're celebrating 20 years, and I'm looking over here on the left to see there's some actually very, very cool stuff that we're going to get to walk you through, and you're going to see some guests as well. There may be some Cheeto eating. That is still yet to be confirmed, but let's go ahead and start that giveaway real quick, guys. And this is for a Poochie confirmed. That's how it's spelled, even though NZXT told us, but you guys just didn't believe them, which I still find odd, guys. I still find odd. Don't even trust them. That's you guys. And then we got some more sub hype. Thank you very much for all the subs, guys, and all that sort of stuff. Let's go ahead and go here. Go to CloudBot. We're going to do giveaways. Okay, we're going to give away this. Here we go. Okay, guys, it's getting ready to start. We're gonna give it a little bit of time. We're gonna give it a couple minutes. We'll give it let's give it 3 minutes for this one. Remember, guys, if you are a sub over on Twitch, you do get extra entries towards winning all the prizes we're giving away today, including the PC we're giving away at the very end of this. But let's start off exclamation point NZXT, exclamation point NZXT. 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes starting now. So, and again, for those who don't know and you're joining me, of which there's probably a lot of people who are like, what the heck is going on, Robey? That doesn't look like your studio. I'm actually live in beautiful Taipei, Taiwan. We are here at Computex giving you guys all the live coverage. Thanks to the gracious people here at NZXT. We've been showing you guys the brand new H7 Flow. We've also shown you their new F360 Core fans. We're going to be showing you their other stuff too, as well as their C1200 Gold PSU. And then we're gonna be building a beautiful build inside of this case, and then you guys are gonna be winning a $2,500 Player 2 system. One of you lucky people here will get a chance to basically win that. What we're gonna do here in just a few minutes after the giveaway is essentially done is we are going to go and give you guys a tour of the booth. So on top of just letting you see the regular content you're used to, you're like, Robey, this is very blasé. This is like the tapioca pudding of your content when you build PCs. We're gonna actually give you guys a full booth tour here so you guys can actually see everything that when press and members of the industry come, they get to see too. So you guys are getting that full experience as well, which I love. And I love that when people open up their doors and allow us to do stuff like that. So that's what's gonna come up, and then we're gonna come back, turn it on, give away hopefully a second Poochie, because you got to remember to continue to hit that like button to get those 250 likes, and then we'll also give away a $2,500 Player 2 system as well, guys. So let's keep it going. That giveaway is still running. I'm like, I know I'm hunching, but I really appreciate like all this stuff. Keeping going, 1 minute and 37 seconds left. Keep those entries going, guys. Keep those entries going, and let's keep the wins going. Okay, 2 minutes, guys. Yeah, just under 2 minutes left. Keep hitting those entries, guys, winning a Poochie. And remember, guys, if you win Poochie, you can still win the system, okay? You don't have to choose one or the other. We're not going to take that away from you. Like, I'm sorry you won Poochie, you don't win the player two. Like, we're not that kind of mean. So don't feel free to, don't get upset or don't feel free to enter if you want to do in there. Are you guys enjoying the content and all that sort of stuff? Just a little bit of a break here as we get ready to go into the next part. Yeah, and exclamation point NZXT, guys. And then also don't forget to head over youtube.com/Robeytech Live. Hit that thumbs up button. Is it bad I want the Poochie over the PC? No, I think actually they're probably really happy to actually hear you say that. That makes them feel joy inside that you actually said that. That's okay. That's okay. That's good that I know people are excited about winning everything, which is also cool. Thank you very much, everybody entering. We got 30 seconds left, guys. 30 seconds. Yeah, and you only need to enter when. What is Poochie? My Lord. I feel like I've deprived you. This is Poochie right here. I mean, he's huggable. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you actually have some of my skin on him, so that you could probably clone me if you wanted to. So it's like, it's got bonus features, but this is it right here. And it looks like it's got a pin. Maybe this one, I don't know if yours will come with the pin, but there's the 20th anniversary pin on there as well. So this is actually what we're giving away. Okay, guys, you can love it. Yeah, just leave him on top of the PC. We will, okay? But Kevin still has to do stuff on the top of PC. He does. He is very soft. Yeah, he is. Yeah, that looks amazing. Everybody's like very happy. The entry is done. Okay, we're gonna see who the winner is. Congratulations to Brandon Fetter over on YouTube. Congratulations, Brandon Fetter. You are the winner of Poochie. Okay, guys, we're gonna take a quick 2-minute break, get set up for walking you guys around, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. Okay, we are back. Welcome, and I don't know why I'm holding this mic. I'm like literally doubled mic. I am joined by Kevin. Kevin, who are you? Who is your daddy and what does he do? Just kidding. No. That's a kindergarten cop joke from like way too long ago. But yeah, tell us a little bit about it and then what we're going to walk through here today on the floor.
All right, so my name is Kevin and I'm a product manager here at NZXT. And today I'm going to walk you through our PC components. So today over here on the stand right here, we have the new F-Series RGB core. In terms of the fans, it's a single cable, as Justin showed earlier, and we have sizes from 240, 280, and all the way up to 360 in both the white and the black variants. And in terms of the performance, it's really designed to be both a great fans that you could pair with your radiators, and also if you wanted just having high airflow, it's actually got pretty good specs there as well. So in terms of static pressure, we're looking at about above 3.
Oh wow, okay. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll pair up very, very nicely with your Krakens.
Yeah, with your Krakens and stuff like that. And then again, only 4 screws to basically get them screwed in. You got rubber all the way around for anti-vibration. Yep. So what's the idea behind the concept? Was it just that people are like, just NZXT, we need less cables?
No, I mean it's definitely that. The previous generation, when you have 3 RGB fans, you're gonna have to have 6 cables.
Right.
So we look to how we could simplify, how we could clean that up, and really it is definitely a challenge to bring all of the fans together into one piece. You're talking about bigger tooling, more complex, cable routing within the structure, and all of that. But overall, I think this will be a much cleaner solution, in our opinion, and hopefully get builds up and running in shorter times.
Okay. And then for the actual controller, you have the option of using either PWM and RGB, 5-volt RGB, or you can actually get the hub, which that's a separate accessory as well.
Yes. Unfortunately, we don't have the hub here on display, but we do have a piece that's right here. But everything would just connect right up to this, utilizing the new 8-pin. Yeah,
which is awesome. Cable. Yeah, and then it's magnetic, I guess, on the back and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, he's just going to show that. Look at that. You guys are getting like the full meal. Well, I mean, sort of. It is. It's not. Yeah. But yeah, we're just showing you guys all that sort of stuff. We want to get you the thing. Also, the other thing too is I'm assuming there's not a reverse fan. It's reverse flow. You just basically flip it over if you wanted to basically switch it. Okay, awesome. So these are the F-Series fans. Again, available in both black and white. You got 280, 360, 240, and then all controllable via cam, of course, as well for your RGB and stuff like that.
Yep. Definitely.
Awesome. Cool. Moving down.
And over here
These are normal fans.
Yes, they're normal, non-RGB fans, but...
Which means they perform... Just kidding. Every light of RGB is a degree down on your CPU, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
There's definitely challenges when it comes to bringing RGB to fans and maintaining high performance. So with these, the new F-Series static pressure fans, the F120 and F140Ps, these are more powerful fans compared to previous generation. We're looking at close to doubling the static pressure rating of about 4 compared to our previous F-Series P fans, and while maintaining relatively much quieter performance, so right around 30 dBs for the performance.
Nice.
And then over on the right, we do have the F120 and F140Q. So these are the quiet airflow fans.
Okay.
And if you aren't putting it up against a radiator, the quiet airflow fans is what you're gonna
We're over there.
wanting.
Sorry, it's been a lot. I was like, he saw the silver and he was like, shiny. No, we're talking about so we have high static pressure and then we have airflow, which you guys can look and see at the fan design and all that sort of stuff. What are we looking at for high static pressure ones versus the airflow ones? Like, what are our numbers for MMH2O and then of course CFM?
So MMH2O for the static pressure above 4.
Okay.
And then for the quiet airflow, we're talking about CFM close to 100.
Oh wow, so quite a lot of air going through there. And then you could also hook these up to your Dyson vacuum cleaner and all those other things just to improve overall performance as well.
Yeah.
You don't just have to use fans for PC, guys. Don't pigeonhole them. Nobody puts the fans in the corner. Just kiss them. That's awesome. And then, do we have a timeline for release on any of these things yet, or no?
So these should be ready and available now.
Okay.
And same thing on the F-Series core fans, of the various sizes. And yeah, they're available in the market.
Now, everybody dogs these, the PSU. They're like, it's just kind of boring, but PSUs are actually very, very important. Probably one of the most important things that you put inside of your PC. Because if you cheap out on this, all this other stuff sometimes can just get fried. So tell us about your brand new PSUs. We see ATX 3.1, we got Platinum Plus. What do we got going on here?
All right, so over on the left, we have the C1500 Platinum, which is a 1500 watt Platinum certified power supply. In terms of cybernetics rating, we actually achieved titanium rating from cybernetics. So it's it's a notch above just the standard 80 plus platinum. And in terms of what it is, it's a digital power supply. So in terms of everything from the noise, ripple, and all of that, you should expect really great performance out of this platinum power supply. And then
when you think, like, one of the questions that people always have is, like, what makes a PSU better? When you look at, like, your 80 plus bronze and your golds and your platinums, what is it about the components, et cetera, that actually bring them that rating?
Yeah, so it's definitely a combination of delivering that clean power and efficiency, and then also you want to make sure that when it's doing that, noise is kept fairly low, right? You don't want the fan that's on the power supply, churning up just as you're pumping up a game and playing that. So if you're sending high loads throughout your power supply, you want it as quiet as possible. So
awesome. Now I know we're going to talk about gaming peripherals here, but we actually have a black version of the case right over here, and apparently we have Damien. But this is kind of like if you are going to have like an NZXT setup, here's how it might look. And look, there you guys, let's just zoom in and show the black one, right? Because that one's all lit up and ready. We've got, you've got your Kraken RGB in there. You got your 4090 Founders Edition, and then you guys can see, hey, it's like I knew what I was doing, like reverse fans, all that sort of stuff, right? So there you go. So that's a finished one of the black. We're not going to show you the white one because that would ruin the whole thing. We want to show you when we light ours up. But there you guys go. That's like the black H7 Flow, and tell us a little bit about timeline and all that sort of stuff for this particular chassis.
Yeah, so H7 Flow, it's the big thing that we're launching here at Computex. It is available, to purchase in the market right now, with availability, just throughout June. So expect it to be, available in the channel here and there throughout the rest of June.
And guys, I got to say, it looks very, very awesome. What is chat saying, Damien?
It's looking clean.
It's looking clean. That's kind of like some of your guys' core concepts, right? Like in terms of just that very clean, nice, like put together aesthetic, all that sort of stuff. And the builds always just end up looking so. And there's something about a purple and black build that just everybody really always loves. Okay, so I think we're going to talk about some gaming stuff right now, and we got a new face, a new entry. But we have a lot of NZXT. I mean, there's like, if you put it together, it's just all the way down. But yeah, so we're going to be checking out some of the gaming peripherals because it's one of those things that I think sometimes people forget is not only do you guys do PC build components and pre-builts, but you guys have gotten into basically keyboards, mice, headphones. You have a speaker system. Yep. You have everything. Literally, you can fill your whole house with NZXT. They have a kitchen sink. You guys have a dishwasher. They have a refrigerator coming out later. No, that's not true. But yeah, microwave. Dang it, yeah, I was going to save that for the end, right? I just want to get people excited.
Well, power supply, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you could work on that. Yeah, that's your whole home, like, backup system. Yeah. But introduce folks to, introduce yourself to the crowd here, and then tell us a little bit about what you do, and then what we're going to look at here.
Sure, my name's Jason Christian. I'm the Director of Product Management here at NZXT for the gaming gear. Manage a really talented team, and after 20 years of NZXT, just kicking ass on everything on the desk, we decided to enter into gaming peripherals a couple of years ago, and excited to talk about them today with you.
Okay, so as we walk through them, and you guys, like you said, hey, we're going to enter it. We're going to go and we're going to make these peripherals. Like, what are like some of your creeds, like your product, like what you guys believe when you thought about getting in this? What was so important about as you entered in here?
I think it's two items. It's design first and foremost, making sure that we're incorporating what NZXT is and its DNA, from our cases to our coolers to our fans, to make sure the keyboards fit within that ecosystem. And then of course, even following from what we do on our coolers, it's about performance as well. So especially when we stepped up to the second generation of keyboards and mice, we really wanted to focus in all about performance on those upgrades from Gen 1.
Okay, so we're looking at two here. Let's talk a little about these. Obviously, I can see black and white. We got some switches out here. We always love, guys, this is always like it's almost as good as a RAM click, you know what I mean? Just pushing the switches. So tell us about what we're looking at and what we got here for people to play with if they were here in Taiwan.
Yep.
And you guys still, if you catch a flight now, you could probably still make it, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's not closed yet.
So on function 2, so the key upgrades from function 1. So this is, as I mentioned, this is our second generation, and we basically completely redesigned everything internal. So we've gone to 8K polling rate for the performance from the 1K previously. We moved from your traditional mechanical switches to optical, and when you go to optical, you get huge performance upgrades. Your response time generally increases or decreases from about 7 milliseconds to 0.2 milliseconds on the key scan. So it's just a lot more responsive, a lot more fast. The switches you picked up are pretty neat because we do offer right out of the box 3 different switch types. So you're able to have a 35 gram, a 40 gram, and a 45 gram, so you can fully deck it out. If you want to change your WASD or your Q to a different switch that may be lighter or heavier, you're going to have that customization right out of the box.
And that may blow some folks' mind, but there are actually people who get down to their WASD feels different all the way, because sometimes you'll see stuff where people put bumps, but it's also they can feel when they're mispressing because there'll be a different resistance. And the other thing too is that again they want it to feel different and all that sort of stuff. So those customizations, if you are a tryhard and you've been wondering about how to up your Call of Duty, Fortnite, maybe get some into this thing and start customizing your keycaps, and then you got new options. So what are we looking at for a release window and stuff like that for the keyboards?
So keyboards are available now, so basically worldwide you'll be able to purchase those. And the full size is $139 USD, and then the mini TKL is going to be $129.
Okay. Now I see some mice next to us. What are we looking at here?
So following that performance theme, the mice got a full overhaul, so 2 because it's second generation. So on the gaming mice, first and foremost, we wanted to start off with, let's give you kind of duplicate performance in 2 different form factors, but you pick it up to see which one fits the best for your grip style and play style. So if you're a sim or a symmetrical, or you like ergo, there's going to be an option for you without any sacrifice.
And then what are we talking about for pads? It looks like you've removed a lot of plastic. So weight-wise, what are we talking about here? Because I know that matters.
Yeah, on the symmetrical one, it's 58 grams. Actually, almost a 10-gram decrease from Gen 1.
Wow.
And part of that was, basically shrinking the PCB, opening up the bottom, but keeping still a full cover on top structure-wise.
Okay, and then it looks like you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this for switching your speed? And
Yep, correct.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so very, very, it's got a nice feel to it, right? Look, it's an 8,000 polling rate, and again, they're saying like right here, 59 grams. It's like you guys made these so people could know right there on the, so instead of asking questions, Robey. Okay, and then last one here, and then we got the ergo here.
Yes, so the ergo, so duplicate on the performance-wise, so you still get 8K polling rate, still the 3395 sensor at 2600 DPI, but it's ergonomic, adds a little bit of weight because the shape is a little bit different, but still 61 grams.
Okay, and then last thing that we have here, now these have been out for, or have these been updated? No.
A couple of years for the capsule series. We have the full-size capsule and the mini. Depending on portability-wise, if you want it more fixed at your desk on a boom arm, definitely recommend the capsule. A little bit more on the go, you want to do the capsule mini.
Okay, awesome. Wow, and I've always been a huge fan for the switch mix. So this is like kind of like an all-in-one base. Like, believe it or not, these are all things together. So I know that people don't know or may not know about the NZXT headsets. A lot of times people will buy pre-built and then see that you can bundle these things. But these I've actually used. They're very comfortable. And I know earphones, like that's the thing, is like usually with headphones you have to try them. It's like they're very, very personable. But yeah, tell us really quickly about the switch mix and the relay.
Yeah, so on switch mix, it's a really cool system. I'll give you my personal setup at home of how I use it. So I have it, so when I'm taking work calls and just working during the day, I use my speakers.
Right.
And so the audio will be going through there, or I'm playing music through those speakers. All I have to do is take the headset and take it off the stand. There's a little trigger here, and all the audio will automatically switch to the headset. And then, the other way around, if I'm listening to music on the headset because maybe it's late at night, but it's morning now, I can put this on and it automatically switches back to the speakers.
I like how you just casually threw it in there. It was late at night and then it's morning.
Yes.
Like, this is something that he has definitely dealt with in general and all that sort of stuff. So very, very cool. And then of course, looks like everything is now available, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, everything is now available. So if you see something you really like, head on over to nzxt.com. On top of looking at all the chassis and everything else, go in there, check it out. The accessories and everything are listed there. And these guys do care, right? They care about the feel. We actually have an all NZXT setup that we use for it as one of our streaming setups and stuff like that. We've been using their keyboards and stuff. And so, I'm not the greatest gamer, I get that, but definitely worth checking out. And the switches and stuff like that feel really good. Now, I think we're about to talk about some history here in a minute. I think you guys are doing circles. Actually, he walked around this way. Thank you so much. It was super good to see you. And then I will hand it over to, come on in. This is a big moment, right? This is a big moment.
Supposed
Is it supposed to be? I think so. I mean, like, again, we're talking about the history. There's a lot to go in there. But for folks who don't know who you are, let's give them the intro. Come on.
I'm Johnny. I'm the founder and CEO of NZXT.
That's a big deal to us. Not everybody gets to see founders on stream and stuff like that. So we actually have, this is in here, in this hair. It's very well done, by the way. What product do you use? I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, it's like, this is where a lot of this stuff and giving and empowering your people to make the things that we have here. And that all started in 2004. And then walk us through the history here.
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit I'm a little bit embarrassed to be talking about this case 20 years later. This is also the only case I put my name on, and I'll never do it again. But in the back of this case, where I actually literally had 2003 Johnny H here. Anyway, I don't know what I was thinking then, but I was 19 at the time.
Dude, I mean, again, when you're like, here's the deal. Everybody remembers when they were 19.
Exactly.
We made decisions, but did it sell pretty well? I mean, like, again.
In the end of the day, this case basically built all of NZXT.
So come on, that's worth putting your name on. I think it's just one of those things that, like, you know how like trends change, and we're like, what was I thinking? But back then, when you were 19, this was cool.
Yeah, and back then, 20 years ago, for those who've been around for a while, most cases were like beige. And like, very, very boring. So this was like very
standout
for the time.
Yeah. So, and then again, did you have a favorite build that you saw in this at any point in time, or like did anybody like really go and you're like, whoa, I never even thought about that?
Like, Brian would relate to this, but at the time, Alienware was like the brand.
Yep.
Right? But you had to buy a machine to get an Alienware. And back in the day, Alienwares were
very expensive.
Very
I
expensive.
had one. I remember.
If you
I had a brother and a sister at the time, but we sold them to get me an Alienware. I'm just kidding.
kidneys
or whatever.
Yeah, but like in today's dollars, it'd be like, I don't know, 5,000-10,000.
Yeah.
So like I love the products, and I was like, okay, what would be like the counterpoint to an Alien? So like, I guess robots.
You did robots. Robots versus aliens. I think there's a movie about that or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this again feels even this one right here feels a little Alienware inspired as well.
Yeah. I mean, people like back in the day we would call this the Stormtrooper case.
Okay.
And, this was actually the first case where ground up we designed from inside out. So in the old days, I guess a lot of manufacturers would just tool the side of the cases, but really the internals were the same.
Right.
And this is the first. And it was a big bet for us at the time internally. It was like it's like 5 times the cost.
Right.
To go do ground up, and at the time, most cases were black.
Right.
So there was also a big bet. There was a lot of debate, a lot of resistance to make a white case. But this really gave the company a really big bump in terms of like growth. Yeah.
Also, a lot of, it's funny, I remember back in the days how much of a death trap from an airflow standpoint so many of these cases were. But if you can zoom in here a little bit, Brian, like you can see there is a lot of airflow and fans that go into something like this, just in terms of overall Very, very impressive and all that sort of stuff, which is actually really, really cool.
I think these are like 180 fans too. So nowadays, I guess there's a resurgence of like big fans again.
I saw 200. I saw 160, 170, 200. Like it's like they're all bringing it back. It's like that's a whole circular
Yeah, it
thing.
just comes back.
You were ahead of the time. That's what it was.
Or I've just been around.
Okay, so where are we moving on? And this feels more actually. My first PC build was in this case, the Razer version.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a big deal.
Yeah, so
the first time we did a partnership with Razer. So
yeah. So this one was like just kind of like this feels like the kind of the move towards more of your modern ID design, right?
Yeah. Part of it is that this was the last case I designed because clearly the professionals took over from this point on. I did not have a degree in design, but it's always been a passion of mine.
Right.
So, yeah. But this case, the biggest thing about this was the removal of the 5.25 bay. So first case company, probably company in the world to remove the 5.25 bay. And at the time, it was very controversial. And like, where's the CD-ROM drive? People try to open this case on the right side because they were used to having doors. And how am I going to install Windows and et cetera. So it's great to obviously see like something we pioneered and be like basically the standard now.
That's pretty awesome. And so we said, and now we're here. We're basically at 2014, and then this is kind of when you guys started to really just kind of branch out from there. So we're seeing CAM.
And we're building software, which was also kind of crazy for a case company to start building software, right? So yeah.
So we saw CAM, and then we had the Puck, which I didn't know that had been around that long.
Yeah.
So which is pretty crazy. And then I do remember this. This was actually a really big deal because this is at like the top end. So this is the beginning of your craft series, and since then you've done Mass Effect, you've done PUBG, Starfield, all those other ones, right? So these are like limited edition ones that have kind of come out over time and all that sort of stuff. And then we have some. He's going to announce 5 new secret. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. I put him on the spot. He's like, wait, I'm not doing anything like that yet. So, and then we're moving. Now we're getting into more of like your standard stuff. You got your H7, your H6, and then moving on from here. And then what are some of the other things that you've been, this was a huge one.
Yeah. We don't call it BLD now.
Yeah.
At the weird, interesting story is the reason why it was called BLD at the time was we weren't sure if it was going to go well. So we're like, okay, let's call it something else. And
if it fails,
exactly, it'd be like easy to shut down and wouldn't like damage NZXT. But today, obviously, that's a big part of our business. Like pre-builds is a massive business, and we've done really well. A lot of it is tied to not only the products themselves, but also a lot of marketing we do. We were pioneer a lot of the influencer marketing, Ninja, Timmy Tatman, Pokey, Valkyrie. We're like a lot bigger now, but early in the days when they weren't as big, we were like the first to go and support
and
start
influencers. And that was basically it started with Ninja, huh?
Yeah, I mean. Like before he did the whole gaming stream with Drake.
Yeah.
Literally, I think the week before he played with Drake, we signed a contract. So I was like,
you were like, that is the greatest thing we ever did.
I was very lucky.
Yeah, that is amazing, right? Because he blew up and like it was. I mean that is just such a crazy story. Like watching the world of Ninja and all that sort of stuff. And by the way, guys, he does still stream, and like believe it or not, he's still doing stuff and all that sort of stuff. He is not gone. Does he still use an NZXT PC?
I don't know. It's been so many years.
You're like, we got what we needed. So. Yeah. Going from there. Okay, so we go into H500. One thing I don't see up here, which was the other ones, was never mind. It is here. This one was such a cool pioneer as well. The BLD kits, right? And for those who don't know, we actually had. I've done those with my dad. We've done it with a number of people to show this was like turning. It was with my kids. Yeah, I did both of my kids for that too, which was actually super cool. And we got to live stream that, and they like checked it up. They had their badge, but you guys made it such an adventure. How's that process still going? You guys still working on that? And
so right now, it's not something we offer.
Right.
Part of it is we change the components so often
in
our pre-built, it became like really unsustainable. Like to make it a great experience. Now we have been internally talking a lot about it because, like what you've mentioned, a lot of people love the experience, especially like this whole teach your kid how to build and this whole like Quest experience. And the team spent insane amount of hours building the entire kit up. So we have been talking about how we can revive it, but in a way that like potentially can scale and we can keep it around for a long time. And I love the experience.
And that was the thing is like, I mean, I'm not surprised to hear you say that. You guys did it so well. I mean, but at the same time, like you said, there is so much stuff that has to change and technology. I mean, like I mean, we have like, I think Intel's releasing 2 processors this year, like AMD, et cetera, and that's a lot to kind of stay on top of. But if you've never gotten a chance, I think take a look at the book, go back and watch that video. It's really just a very engaging way to build a PC with somebody. I love to hear that you guys are trying to think of something. I know that's going to be a big challenge, and a lot of people have replicated you since then. But it's like you said back there, it's like, it's cool to see where you did something from an industry standpoint that kind of got people started. That was kind of in the same way that you've seen other people also copy it from there.
Yeah.
Looking at this list here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think, like, what is your most proud moment? You know what I mean? Like, I know that's saying who's your favorite kid, and Brian said you better say him.
Yeah.
But like, what do you think, like, what are your big highlights? Like, your big ones where you were like, you know, you had that, like, yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna say anything on here because there's so many things here that I love, especially around like products. But like in the end of the day, I'm gonna say I'm super proud of the culture of NZXT and the people we have here. People here are just so passionate around design, around products, around PC gaming.
And then what about, like, when you look at the future, when you look at where we've gone and now we're back into 2024, where do you see it going? Not to the TV screen, of course, but I mean, like, what do you think about what will the future be like for NZXT when you guys think about, you know, your like kind of your pie in the sky? What would you like it to be?
Well, when you walk into this way, you saw like we would love everyone to be a PC gamer. So, you know, we don't participate really in the console or phone gaming business. So our dream would be like PC gaming is the biggest platform. For
That's
gaming in the
awesome.
world. Because with PC gaming, you don't have these walled off gardens and exclusive content.
I
all
agree.
that stuff, right?
That's so true, right? Like we get to play everything and better, mind you, right? Like it always looks way better and all that sort of stuff. Well, I really appreciate you joining us. One last question: when you look at this list here, if you were going to choose one thing and then it was over, what would you choose from this in here?
I would choose water because I'm trying to manage a little bit my sugar and calorie intake. Yeah, but anyway, go for it, Tux.
Okay. Now I know that he's super cool. Well, I super appreciate you joining us and all that sort of stuff. We are going to take a quick break, come back, get the system turned on, and go from there. Really appreciate, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content, getting to see what the press gets to see and what the industry folks get to see right here in Computex. We're just going to give you a few minutes, and then we'll be back in just a moment. What's going on, guys? We are back, and the build is done. And then, okay, I just got to be kind here because you guys saw what the nightmare was yesterday. This is the difference between when we let other people build it and then when we let the team at Robeytech actually build it. Because given that, like, we were gone for like 25 minutes and it actually looks pretty clean. So he did not let this go away. He was like, is he fully happy? No, but in the time that he got something done, it actually looks much, much cleaner. So there we go, guys. He did a good job and got it all wired in a good way. So it's the funny thing is that we have such a high bar, and then everybody else is like, it is so clean, which is super awesome. So let's turn it on and then let's give this puppy away, guys. Ugh. Okay, so let's grab we're going to start putting the case back together so you guys can see that full clean design there. So this is a front panel. There we go. Top panel. There we go. And it's always a good sign of how good we did when all of the pieces just slide on, like this back panel here. It's just like, that's the way it's supposed to go on. You're not supposed to have to cram it in there, you know what I'm saying? And then finally, I think we have an internal peel here. Get that out of the way. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, there we go. And now is just the chance to plug it in. Do we have another cable? Do we have another extension cable real quick? There we go. We are at the very end, guys. We're going to plug this in just a second. We're just going to get a power cable real quick, guys, and then we'll be good to go. So you can plug it in. I mean, if you don't plug it in, it would be very boring. You can't imagine the lights. Is there enough room? Well, it's too far. So, I think it's too far. Maybe, you know, actually we might be okay. Oh, never mind. We might actually be okay. I might be dumb. Okay. No, it's okay. I got room. Okay. We've done it. We've solved it ourselves. Jasmine, we're okay. Okay, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Oh, delayed effect. There it is right there, guys. All lit up. Oh, we got to peel the AIO real quick, and then we'll do the peel, and then we'll start the giveaway, but we'll do the peel while the giveaway is running. Let's get this off here. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, it's gonna come. There we go. Boom. Okay. Cool. We're going to do the peel when we're doing the giveaway, guys. But we are going to redraw. We have 2 giveaways that are going to be happening. We're going to do 2 Poochie giveaways. So we're going to start that right now. And then after that, we're going to do the PC giveaway. So starting this right now, exclamation point NZXT, exclamation point NZXT, 3 minutes, guys. 2 Poochies up for grabs. And then while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and give away we're going to get ready to give away the PC. Here's the deal, guys. If you want to be eligible to enter to win the Player 2 PC, the $2,500 system, make sure that you're following discord.gg/Robeytech. We got to verify that you guys are not bots. You also got to be following on Twitch and subscribed on YouTube. And then remember, if you are a Amazon Prime sub or a sub on twitch.tv/Robeytech, you will get 3 extra entries towards winning this PC. So drop your sub while we're going through these. We're going to draw 2 winners because the guys spammed. Don't spam. Follow community rules, guys. It's easy. We're such a chill community. But here, let's zoom in and let's do our peel. You guys ready? This is the most important part of the build. And you have to do it right, you know what I'm saying? Unless I didn't know how to pull the peel over. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ready? And there it is right there, guys. The first live NZXT H7 flow build here at Computex in Taipei. And there it is right there, guys. We're just going to give you guys a little bit of close look there as we zoom in so you can see that entire build. It came out absolutely stunning, guys. That's one of the things I just really love about NZXT builds, especially when you use a lot of their components together, is just how clean those builds come out and look. I'm glad people are agreeing that it looks absolutely stunning, which is absolutely awesome. It looks so good, guys. Okay, so we're just finishing out that giveaway, guys, so please make sure that you finish your entries here. We got 2 minutes left on that giveaway. We're going to draw 2 winners, and then we're going to jump right into the PC giveaway. You'll have 4 minutes to get in on that. Again, you do need to be a member of discord.gg/Robeytech. You do need to be following on twitch.tv/Robeytech. You need to be subscribed on youtube.com/Robeytech. Make sure you hit that like button. And then lastly, don't be a bot, because we will find out and then you won't be able to win. And then that PC we'll be giving away sometime in the future. We're going to see if it can actually be an H7, so it'll be a couple months. We'll have more information, but you will be winning this. So these are all future PCs that you guys will be winning, and it's a $2,500 system. Very similar spec to what you guys are seeing here with a 4080 and a 14900K. So, but again, retail value around $2,500. Does that mean Tom can't win? Yes, Tom cannot win because he is a robot, and so we don't give winners to robots and stuff like that. But there it is, guys. Don't be a robot like Tom. So okay, guys, 3. We're going to be drawing the winner in just a minute here. Let's go ahead and draw. Let's go ahead and draw it. There we go. Igor 1980. We know who that guy is, so that is definitely not a bot right there. And Tartar Sauce 87. So congratulations, Tartar Sauce 87 and Igor 1980. You are the winners of the Poochies. And then now, guys, we got one more. We got one more giveaway to go in there while you're doing that. So please make sure that you whisper Blondie so we can get those taken care of. And then we're going to get ready. Guys, last thing. Here it is, the big prize. The big prize right here, the Player 2 $2,500 system. Huge shout out to NZXT and everybody else for getting in on that and allowing us to give this away. Here it is, guys. Get ready. It is, well, don't quite get ready. Get ready here in a minute when I set this right, because I was a knob. Here we go. Okay, guys, NZXT Player 2 PC. NZXT 2 Player 2 PC is about to be given away. Exclamation point, NZXT PC, NZXT PC. You have 4 minutes. Couple things now that we're doing this and we're doing this giveaway right now, you got 4 minutes to go in there. Couple things. Remember, discord.gg/Robeytech. That's going to be your chance to basically get in and make sure that you are eligible to win. You have to be a member. Second thing, you got to be following on twitch.tv/Robeytech. Subscribe on youtube.com/Robeytech. And if you want to get extra entries, make sure that you hit that subscribe button over on Twitch. It's going to get you 3 extra entries towards winning this PC, okay? Now, while we've gone through all that, I do want to give you a huge shout out to the massive team here at NZXT who made this possible, and of course the Robeytech team. Big shout out to Brian, and of course also our man Andy, who is unfortunately not here with us over at NZXT. Thank you for allowing us and our team to come out here, give this PC away, and join us. We had literally thousands and thousands of you joining us, over 5,000 who joined us here live checking this out. Also, if you guys want to, we have one more stream for Computex. My team is ready. They're like, we're done. We finished a stream about 4 hours ago. We've had about 2 hours of sleep. But if you want to join us tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be streaming all of the stuff from the NVIDIA keynote, showing you all the behind the scenes for that as well. Stay tuned. We're going to be giving away a Zotac 4060. So we're going to be giving away a GPU on that as well. And then, of course, we have that beautiful ASUS stream that'll be happening the week after when we get back, where we're going to be giving away some really cool monitor, I think a widescreen monitor and stuff like that. So that's our Computex coverage still coming up, but you can also follow out. We got our Intel video just coming live, all these other stuff. So we, of course, have our shorts videos, so you can still be behind the scenes here checking all of this stuff out as well. And then, again, what do you guys think of the H7 Flow? Absolutely incredible. Beautiful build, and it looks so good. We have 2 minutes left on the giveaway. One thing I would say is when we are done, and we've drawn our way. There's Andy. Andy's saying hi. He was saying hi there in the chat. One thing I will say is just one thing. Don't leave quite away. Let's make sure we verify that the winner is legit. We usually don't have that problem, but we just want to verify. So don't leave right away because you might actually still win the PC afterwards. 1 minute and 44 seconds left, guys. Make sure that you're getting those. The case, everybody's really happy with the case. It's literally NZXT PC, the case looks great. NZXT PC, some expletives, that's awesome. You know what I mean? So it's actually been really, really cool. So people seem to really like it. What do you guys think of the case? Are you legit human? That is yet to be determined. That is yet to be determined. I'm standing here with Pantheons, guys. These are the people who make the PCs. Like I'm just the sad bloke who builds on. You guys are the ones following me. Go follow them. They're awesome. As a whole, looks very nice. Love it. Cool. This case is a beauty. Well, I actually put beady, but we're gonna autocorrect for him. So, which is absolutely awesome. I need an optical option. Wow, they actually got rid of that back in 2018. There hasn't been an optical drive, so yeah. Sick with Beatty, yeah. So much room in the case, awesome, yeah, good. And honestly, Kevin, now that you've built in it, what do you think about the cable management room and stuff like that?
It's a solid amount of room. There's a good amount of lips and hooks that you can cable pipe to keep the channel clean overall.
Okay, well, there you go. And then we got PC World in the house, chilling. We know those guys. It's always good to see them hanging out. I'm glad that you guys like it. I'm glad it's an absolutely beautiful build. And again, I think super appreciate the literally thousands and thousands of you who tuning in today and just hanging out, chatting, getting to check this out, getting to see all of the stuff that we got to see live. Just getting this live Computex coverage is also a lot of fun. So thank you for being here. We got 0 seconds. Drawing our winner now, guys. Here we go. Drawing our winner. And the winner is... Man, I'm waiting with bated breath. I mean, even... Okay. At T Nakanishi. At T Nakanishi, you are the winner. We're going to verify that, guys. Make sure that you whisper Blondie but Geeky. Just verify. Everybody says, by the way, PC World, everybody says hi.
Hello.
Yep. Yeah, guys. Yes, we've done a lot of stuff with them. Yes. At T Nakanishi, make sure that you whisper Blondie but Geeky. We need to verify that the prize is okay and that you are the winner of this absolutely beautiful system. And we got to wrap this up pretty quick, guys. There are some people, they're literally banging down the doors to get in here and start looking at all this really great gear that you guys have already seen. So, but still, go to PC World. Make sure you check out their coverage, right? I know you've already gotten the full 411, but we got to support all of our tech bros. I mean, he's got really nice hair and stuff too, so you should definitely check it out. I mean, not everybody is gifted with that kind of, gab of the gods. You know what I'm saying? I like my white PCs, but my daylight light bulbs turn everything white yellow. I don't have an answer for you. They aren't really banging down the doors. They're actually very polite and saying, "You guys do what you got to do." No, we're just verifying. Yeah, he says, "Oh my, yes, you are the winner." You just need to make sure that you whisper somebody, Blondie. How are we doing? How are we looking? We had at T Nakanishi was the winner. So we've had 2 YouTube winners, which is actually pretty crazy. Still waiting to see what's going on here, guys. We're just waiting for the confirmation. It takes a little bit of time. You have to be a member of the Discord, guys. If you're not a member of the Discord, you're not going to win. So we gotta go from there.
You gotta win though.
You gotta win. Well, yeah, you gotta win. You gotta win.
You don't win if you don't play.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta play to win.
Yeah.
It's literally it's a plaque on the front of PC World's building. You gotta play to win. Actually, I think PlayStation has that, but you do have to be US for this one, yes. Guys, we gave you all the rules. We were pretty straightforward with this whole thing, guys. Still waiting. We're gonna verify. We're just gonna verify, guys. Stand by. How are we looking? This is always the longest part, is just trying to give the stuff away and making sure it's legit.
Waiting with bated breath.
I know. Everybody, I mean, like, if not, he's like, literally the PC World guys are like, we'll take it if you don't, if you don't want it. We're just verifying. I'm here verifying, guys. We take this stuff. We take this stuff legitimately. I know there's tons and tons of you watching right now. It is confirmed. Congratulations, you guys. Congratulations at T Naka, and I'm sorry if I'm completely butchering that, but congratulations again. Anyway, guys, that is it for our time here at NZXT. Make sure that you tweet at NZXT. Let them know that you enjoyed this kind of coverage. We have more coming up, especially NVIDIA made a very, very special accommodation so we can walk you guys live through everything we're doing. That's going to be happening tomorrow, 5 p.m. Yeah, tomorrow, 5 p.m., same bat time, same bat, well, not same bat channel, not same bat location. So we've actually moved our headquarters to a different place. Anyway, guys, that is it for us. Thank you so much again to NZXT. Thank you so much to the Robeytech team, and thank you so much to you. We will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.